Hello, 20-year-old man. Hello, 20-year-old man who beat the crap out of me in his trailer. Hello, 20-year-old man who told me we were destined to be together, who beat the crap out of me in his trailer. Hello. You and I are going to tell a really uplifting story together. No, really. Them's the orders. Hello, 20-year-old man or older. I'll never know for sure or remember if I was told, because some of that court day is crystal clear and the rest a fog. Who told me we were destined to be together, who lured in a 13-year-old girl, who beat the crap out of me in his trailer. You and I are going to tell a really uplifting story together. No, really. Well, you won't be alone. Of course not. You're actually too weak and pathetic, 20-year-old man, or was it 27-year-old man, who told me we were destined to be together, who lured in a 13-year-old girl, who threatened to kill himself if I left, who beat the crap out of me in his trailer. You had to lure in a 13-year-old girl after all, because anyone older than that would have seen you for the lame-ass piece of shit you were, right? Hello, 20-something-year-old man who told me we were destined to be together, who lured in a 13-year-old girl, who threatened to kill himself if I left, who had sex with me for hours while I stared numbly at the wall, who beat the crap out of me in his trailer. Thank you. Thank you for helping me find who I am. No, really, thank you. See, there was that crystal clear blur, that court case, that humiliation. See, there was me up on the stand confessing fornication to my family. See, there was your mother, conspirator, whispering how much you'd miss me. See, there was you going up the elevator, arms crossed above your head, defiantly attempting to brand yourself into my brain. See, there was that Doors song I can't listen to ever again, and the innocent smile I'll never put back on, and underneath there was something else. Buried so deep, maybe it did take a beating to bring it out of me. Because I was so subservient, so meek, so nice. Because I'd had plenty of practice putting myself last. Because I'd grown up with all boys for friends until they weren't my friends. So despite the fact that you told me we were destined to be together, lured in a 13-year-old girl, had sex with me for hours while I stared blankly at the wall, beat the crap out of me in your trailer, they'd already taught me about groping hands in the darkness and popping my cherry without my permission. Because I'd already been told it was my job to keep quiet. So it was buried. Buried so deep, maybe it did take a beating to bring it out of me. Because despite the subservience, the brainwashing, the imprinting, the grooming, I told someone. I told someone, and that person told my mother, and that's how we got to the crystal clear blur, that court case, that humiliation, that whisper, that arm cross. Because something was buried deep, but not deep enough. Because I told someone, and I keep telling, even when it seems people have had enough of the trailer, the blur, the arms, because it's never enough. Because there's always another girl, another man, another destiny, another threat, another numb. Because if I keep telling, maybe they'll start telling, and if we are all telling, then they all go to court, and then we all save ourselves. Because yes, it took a friend and a mother and a lawyer and a court, but first, it took a telling. And before it took telling, it took courage. And that's why I embrace it. Why I wouldn't change it, why I throw my arms and voice wide at every opportunity to express the 13-year-old girl, the luring, the confession. Because of the courage. Because I have built a me upon the courage. Because I have built a storyteller upon the me. So to have the storyteller, to have the me, to have the courage, first, I needed that 20-year-old man. So goodbye, 20-year-old man. We told an uplifting story together. No, really.